Tom was hailed as a bit of a hero, and what they did is the public subscription funded a memorial to him. And you know, they dedicated this memorial on July the 22nd, 1908. But over the years, the memorial fell into a state of disrepair, and eventually nobody knew it was there because the trees had grown up all around it. There was a holly bush there. Nobody knew it was there. So we thought that Tom deserved to be remembered, so we wrote this song. We're pleased to say that we kind of shamed the local council into doing something about it. And they raised the money and they restored the memorial, cut all the trees away. Now everybody knows it's there. And on the 22nd of July 2008, 100 years to the hour from the original dedication of the memorial was rededicated. And we were invited to go and play this song there.
The street was cold with winter, the shadows hunched deep and dark. The world stood silently waiting, all it needed was the spark. The fire was bright and hungry, exhaled darkness as it grew. The frightened cries of young James Ward was the first that anyone knew. He was going home when he heard the cries, saw the flames and smelled the smoke. He put his shoulder against the door, the fire kissed him when it broke. Inside was as dark as a pit shaft, the air burned inside his throat. The fire was eager to embrace him, it caught and clawed at his coat. How do you do, Tom Barton? How did it feel to step into those flames? Now the words are shallow and wind-worn, and no one remembers your name. What do you think, Tom Barton? Are our lives mapped out in the stars? What would you've done if you'd known you only had 6 weeks to live with the scars? The child cried out from the darkness, from his room at the back of the house. His mother and father tried to reach him, but the fire drove them both out. But Tom, he struggled in deeper, his flesh blistered and scarred by the heat. He would not accept any failure, he would not consider defeat. And how do you do, Tom Barton? How did it feel to step into those flames? Now the words are shallow and wind-worn, and no one remembers your name. What do you think, Tom Barton? Are our lives mapped out in the stars? What would you've done if you'd known you only had 6 weeks to live with the scars? Tom reached the room at the back of the house. For inside it now nobody cried. He put his full weight against the door, but it wouldn't allow him inside. The fire pressed the wall up against him. It pushed him back with each breath he'd take, till he found himself out on the cold streets. Inside he could feel his heart break. So 6 weeks go by and the scars heal in his flesh, if not in his heart. Goes back to work in the darkness, and a rockfall breaks him apart. They lay him to rest in the churchyard, and everyone gave for the storm. The mayor came down for the service, but now he lies there neglected, unknown. And how do you do, Tom Barton? How did it feel to step into those flames? Now the words are shallow and wind-worn, and no one remembers your name. What do you think, Tom Barton? Are our lives mapped out in the stars? What would you have done if you'd known you only had 6 weeks to live with the scars? How do you do, Tom Barton? How did it feel to step into those flames? Now the words are shallow and wind-worn, and no one remembers your name. What do you think, Tom Barton? Are our lives mapped out in the stars? What would you have done if you'd known you only had 6 weeks to live with the scars?
Thank you.